Over its long history, the Institute of Certified Public Accountants of Kenya, ISPAC, holds annual seminars to reflect on the profession and emerging issues affecting the nation. 24th to 28th May 2021 marked the 37th seminar that hosted delegates from various parts of the country and beyond to the 4-day event in Mombasa, coastal Kenya. Due to COVID-19 regulations, this year's edition was held in 2 venues, the Sarova White Sands Hotel and the Flamingo Beach Resort, attracting over 2,000 sitting delegates and tens of virtual attendees. The theme, Resilience and Reinvention, Embracing Change and Transformation, was just timely to discuss the number of issues coming to the fore of the nation.
What I look forward during this conference is how to go about accounting, especially during this COVID.
I continued attending the conference because it has something to add to the accountants. The accounting institution or the accounting profession in itself is a profession which is accepted, acknowledged worldwide, right? It adds value to the economy, it adds value to whatever is happening, and accountants. Look at each and every department, you will not miss accountants. They are a vital part of the professionals that we have in the country.
Part of ISPAC's annual seminar topics is resilience and reinvention during this pandemic. As accountants, especially in young professionals. And I believe as a woman, this is a platform for us to also bring ourselves up in the practice and be able to be recognized in terms of what are we bringing on the table, to be able to reinvent the practice, to be able to bring up more and young upcoming accountants who are joining the industry, and be able to also encourage university students to be able to see what new technologies, what new methods, what new inventions can we bring into the practice so that we are away from the old and books into systems, technology, to be able to create more new jobs, create more jobs, and also create better results, financial statements, reporting for the industries in which we work.
We're greatly honored to be able to welcome you to the 37th annual seminar, which incidentally comes at the wake of the pandemic and a time like never before. Allow me therefore to take this opportunity to thank you most sincerely for your tremendous support and commitment to the Institute over the years. The Institute is keen to ensuring that you have an enriching experience during this entire period of this seminar.
Yes, I think I'm very happy to be here today, and it's quite an honor to have been invited by ISPAC and the chair here, Rose Maura, the FCPM, Rose Maura, have invited me to come and address the accountants on this 37th annual seminar, and to share with them what's happening on the global pandemic, that's COVID, and what we can do to adjust our lives, adjust our practices, adjust our response as accountants within this new environment.
The big question here is, what is the role of accountants? What role can accountants play in the issue of risk management? You know, and we've had, the most critical thing is really educating yourself as an accountant. You need to be aware of all these various risks that are coming out. We've been told that the issue of the risk register, it's not just about what is written on paper, but really the actual risks as they are emerging. And you must challenge, as an organization, you must challenge those risks. What can go wrong within your organizations? You must educate your board, you must educate your senior management, and it's really your responsibility because in terms of all these risks, they're really business risks. It's not an information technology risk. right? And neither is it just cybersecurity. It's really a business risk. If you cannot run your business faster, then of course it means that you have a problem that has to be managed. So as the Institute, we're continuously, and that's why we hold forums like this, we're educating our members in terms of the role of accountants as business advisors and how they then can help their own organizations manage these risks, be aware of the risks and deal with the risks. So accountants, we're challenging you, take this information, educate yourself, educate your board, educate your management, and do something about protecting your own organizations and your own business continuity.
The profession of accounting is at the core of guaranteeing prudent use of public funds and even private funds where their accountability is required. And therefore, having voices continually and consistently informing the policy decisions of a country from the professional point of view is very useful and very critical.
The Institute is key on addressing upholding public interest, and that is affecting corruption in this country. So what is the corruption level in this country and how can it be addressed?
Whatever we are learning at this point is what is needed for the current times. The morning session we had issues about governance, issues about risk management, and from a perspective of the profession, risk has become a major issue, especially because of the disruption that is there. So the members, together with us as council, we've learned a lot, especially on the issues of agenda, the issue of strategizing, and just having the real-time agenda so that we can be able to move the profession, move our organization in the right direction.
It is through this engagement, particularly with this ISPAC, who have been key stakeholders in terms of policy development and implementation of these policies. The ISPAC has played an important role in facilitating taxpayers and educate them, file for them returns, and ensure that the level of compliance in the country is upheld. We know our challenges, and we know there is a way out of them. And the only way is to ensure that we enhance tax compliance, both at individual level, corporate level, and also particularly the professionals. They are the ones who are the eye of the government in terms of creating an enabling environment for taxpayers, because they're the ones who help them file their returns. So we need to work together as a team to ensure that the government doesn't borrow, because borrowing is an expensive way of funding the government. So let us focus on improving our tax compliance and ensure that our country develops.
My biggest take as a member of council and also as a professional accountant is that we as the accountants of Kenya, we as the regulators of the profession, we should be able to front this run and this big speech about governance. This starts from issues of corruption, where we as accountants, we should ensure that corruption is no longer something that the country is crying about. Let us practice ethics, let us practice governance, and this country is going to be in the right direction. It will be a Singapore of the future.
ISPAC is one of the most professionally organized and credible institutions. And we want to thank them for the influence that they're having on public accountability, which is really their core mandate. And they are doing it well. Our responsibility as non-state actors is to encourage them and come and share the details that we know and invite them also into our spaces to ensure that the language of accountability is heard loud and clear and adhered to.
Accountants are spread all over this country, and they're the people who run the financials of this country. So they're the best people who are in the right place to ask the right questions on how to improve the system.
I think the takeaway here is just how technology has been facilitated to be able to have people in two different locations being able to communicate and even having international speakers who have been able to join in and also talk to our own professionals without any interruption. I think 3-4 years ago, you would not have done this. And right now, you don't necessarily have to have moved speakers from wherever they are. You can read them out and they still give you the information that you need, and you'll provide that much needed expertise and pass it over to our profession.
Brilliant. Of applause for her, that's CPA Ibrahim Jubat. Another round of applause for him. Those are 3 already, yes? Congratulations. Hand over the packages to the rightful winners. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for your attention. Can you clap for yourselves for being a fantastic audience? And as you go out there, maintain your professionalism at all times. We support you and we are praying for you, like the words of the CPA Sankale who said, it's better to die on your feet than to live on your knees. If all of you upheld your professionalism, we will be fine as a nation.
To file for your CPD, you visit ISPAC website, that is www.ispac.com. On our homepage, there are 2 links on the top right, one called My ISPAC and the other one called Login. Either of them will direct you to your portal, where you will be required to key in your username and your password. Once you're in your portal, you'll be able to see a navigation link called My CPD. When you click on My CPD, you'll also see a tab called Record CPD. When you click on the Record CPD tab, it will bring up a wizard that shows the various categories of CPD that we have. That is category A, B, C, and D. Category A, B, C are structured CPD hours, and category D is unstructured CPD hours. So once you click on Next, it will bring a form where you key in the title of the event, the start date and end date of the event, and the organizer of the event, the venue of the event, and then you can also, so for category A, B, and C, it's a requirement you need to attach proof. So there's also a section for attaching, but for category D, which is the unstructured hours, you don't need to attach any proof. You just need to state the title and the organizer of the CPD.
As we come to the end of year 2021, we are still faced with the challenges brought about by the effects of coronavirus. 2 years on, with uncertainty, this is the time to reflect on how professionals can turn around this narrative. Having this in mind, I want to personally invite you to attend the 38th annual seminar at Sarova White Sands Beach Hotel and Pride Inn Flamingo Beach Resort in Mombasa from November 15th to 19th of 2021, or join virtually via Zoom. I cannot wait to join everyone for what will be a convergence of implicit learning dynamics. This is the year's greatest opportunity to connect with hundreds of attendees from the accounting profession and beyond as we explore our conference theme, Disruption and Uncertainty, Positioning Accountants as Change Agents in a dynamic environment. Through a week of dynamic programming, you will discover how our local and international speakers will embody this theme. You will be inspired to innovate and empowered to become change agents in a disruptive business environment. You can take advantage of the numerous sessions led by outstanding visionary speakers and the multiple networking opportunities to build professional self-efficacy. Join your colleagues from around the country in what truly will be an exciting and memorable annual seminar. See you in Mombasa.
I'm pleased to invite you to the 38th annual seminar in a unique opportunity to convene with thought leaders, industry players, and celebrated achievers in various verticals of the accounting and business world, both physically at Sarova White Sands Beach Resort and Pride Inn Flamingo Beach Resort, and virtually via Zoom.
As an institute, we are holding professionals who are key in being able to not only look at financial matters, but also being able to be strategic advisors in any institutions to be able to survive this particular pandemic. Key decisions, numbers, and any other information that is required to be able to assist an organization pass through the pandemic and beyond is going to be carried out by our profession.
We are excited to be able to present more than 10 sessions, enriching discussions, and peer networking opportunities so that we can learn and grow as a community, thus becoming change agents. I look forward to welcoming you physically and virtually on 15th to 19th of November 2021 at the 38th annual seminar. See you in Mombasa on 15th to 19th of November.
Fellow CPA, it could be that you're not even a CPA, you're not a member of the Institute of Certified Public Accountants of Kenya, but even if you're not, you're welcome to come to the annual seminar in Mombasa. It's going to be between the 15th and 19th of November this year, and the theme is going to be disruption and uncertainty, positioning accountants as change agents in a dynamic environment. The beauty about going down to White Sands or Pride Inn, Flamingo Beach Resort in Mombasa is that you are in a very, very relaxing environment. A couple of years ago I went to Mauritius to attend a conference there, and ladies and gentlemen, I can assure you that White Sands and Pride Inn are of a standard which is superior to those which you will meet in Mauritius. The service that you will get in White Sands and Pride Inn is something which is superior to anywhere in the world, and I can really assure you of that. So go to the annual seminar. Don't forget that we accountants, we've got to keep learning until the day we die. Every day I've got to become a better person. And how do I do that? Well, first of all, by listening. And I assure you that you will come away from this particular conference a better person. Think about how you can develop yourself for the future. See how you can become a better person. Maybe by going to that particular conference, you're going to get new contacts, you get new jobs, new consultancies. Be there and benefit from the conference. So see you there.
Dear members, partners and stakeholders, we'd like to appreciate you because our profession would not have survived without you. The success of every business is attributable to its customers. Every award, every news mentioned, every big deal celebrated, every time you walk through elevated scenes is because of you. But you're more than a customer. You are our partners in our mission.
A mission to build a world-class professional institute of accountants, upskill quality accountants in the region, and contribute to the economic growth of the country. We are in existence for your existence, so despite any adversity and the future uncertainty, one thing would remain: we are committed to you. To all professionals and organizations across all sectors who trust us to impart in you all the right skills to make an impact, we are indebted to you.
KCA University is the successor to Kenya College of Accountancy, a company incorporated in the Republic of Kenya on the 11th of May 1989 as limited by guarantee.
So in 1989, we were able to launch the Kenya College of Accountancy with the support of ODA, the British government support.
Given my role in the education committee of ISPAC, I was then appointed to the board of the college, which was a college training accountants and accounting technicians.
The college started off the operations in July 1989 in rented premises at the Westlands area of Nairobi with an initial student enrollment of 179. Over the years, the college witnessed rapid growth in student numbers, necessitating relocation in 1996 from Westlands to a more spacious facility at Paramount Plaza in Ngara area. The institution relocated again in 1997 to its current location at Ruaraka along Thika Road. The college applied and fulfilled all requirements of the Commission for Higher Education to be awarded university status. On the 1st March 2013, KCA University received its charter and has gradually increased the number of students. Enrollment currently stands at over 15,000, which includes students placed through Kenya Universities and Colleges Central Placement Service. KCA University offers certificates, diplomas, and degrees at undergraduate and postgraduate levels with effect from 26 July 2007. KCA University boasts of a modern instructional facilities and an ultra-modern library which seats 1,500 and provides access to an extensive collection of books, periodicals, magazines and journals, audiovisuals materials, and electronic databases. The Martin Oduor Otieno Library has an inbuilt network link and reliable wireless internet that facilitates research and academic discourse on a global platform. To make campus interesting and memorable, the university administrations work closely with the Student Association of KCAU, SACU, to ensure all students feel part and parcel of all outside class activities. The students participate in various sporting activities of their interest to grow their talents and special interests. Our strategic plan 2019 to 2023 projects 4 strategic pillars. A British Council report in 2016 in Kenya, Nigeria and Ghana ranks KCA as a top private university through a study on graduate employability.
We will not be pursuing just numbers, but we want to be pursuing quality aspects in whatever we engage in to make this a referral university. KCA is going to be one of them. In the coming few years, this shall be a referral university in the Republic of Kenya and if possible in the region.
Despite the COVID-19 related disruptions, we've remained focused, unshaken, and with the new face of leadership. We are an indomitable force that cannot be stopped. Unto the great heights. KCA University, a premier business and technology university of choice.
The Kenya School of Revenue Administration, KESRA, is the leading capacity builder of choice in tax, customs, and fiscal policy in Africa. It is one of the only 4 World Customs Organization (WCO) accredited regional training centers in East and Southern Africa. KESRA is also the regional training institution for African Tax Administration Forum, ATAF, and the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, OECD. Charter career or business path in tax consultancy, audit, customs, clearing and forwarding, shipping, and financial advisory. Now is your time. Apply now for certificate courses in Tax Administration, Customs, Administration, and East Africa Customs Freight Forwarding Practicing Certificate, EACFFPC. Diploma programs in Tax Administration, Customs Administration. Higher National Diploma in Tax Administration, Customs Administration. Postgraduate diploma programs in Tax Administration, Customs Administration, Master's program in Tax and Customs Administration with specialization in Tax or Customs. The Kenya School of Revenue Administration, transcending to excellence.
Delegates at the far front that they cannot hear. Kazi jambo. Asante sana. Just to make sure that
just want to let you know that we have another physical audience exactly at Flamingo, so I want to confirm that we are set to start as well. And of course, those joining us via Zoom or YouTube or Facebook, this is a grand opportunity to welcome you to the 38th ISPAC Annual Seminar. My name is Johnson. What has been a great delight to be here. So just before we start, I kindly request that you turn to the person seated next to you. Of course, COVID protocols. But if possible, if they're at one end, I need you to tell them successful people look like you. Just do that, because we want to totally transform this particular hall into a hall of success, because we're talking about positioning accountants as agents of change in a dynamic environment. Help me out with the sound. Technical, yes. Thank you so much indeed. So Flamingo, if you can hear me, I'd kindly request that you talk to me back so that we can connect. We have a physical audience here at Sarovo White Sands, and of course we have another one at Pride Inn Flamingo. So we want to make sure that we are all moving in tandem. Today is a loaded day. We're talking about emerging trends in the accountancy profession. So we are really going to explore those trends. And one of the key aspects of trends is technology. So if you're here and you can hear me clearly, I need you to make sure that you are online. Please make sure you are online. We have a free Wi-Fi portal, so please make sure that you're logged in. Let's go low on the music. Let's go low on the music a bit. Secondly, we have a hashtag. Listen, accountancy is at the very heart of the development of our country's economy. And we want to make sure that the global audience also knows that. So we have a simple hashtag. The hashtag is simply 38th Annual Seminar. 38th Annual Seminar. So make sure, and by the way, I would strongly suggest, I know you have pens, you have books, you have papers. Hopefully next year, those notes will be alive. But the simplest way to preserve those notes will be to use technology. And the simplest way would be to use Twitter. Type in your quotables and your Twitterbles and make sure you have the hashtag. Next year, any person checking the hashtag will get to find your quote. So please, don't waste valuable information on a piece of paper that might get lost. But if you can still preserve it, well done. But this is all in a bid to make sure that we keep the messages intact for the future generation of accountants. So once again, my name is Johnson Mwakazi. It's a great honor meeting all of you. Today, emerging trends in the accountancy profession. Tomorrow is also going to be loaded. Tomorrow, we're talking about economic headwinds and resilience. Very important. Third day, you don't want to miss it. Strategy, audits, and analytics. Very important. And by the way, the fourth day, you don't want to miss any second of it, because it will be directly a message for you. Self-management, personal branding. Are we ready? Excuse me. Thank you so much. Faraji, a big round of applause to Faraji. Makofi ya Faraji. Faraji is the floor manager, so I'm taking instructions from him. So in the meantime, just appreciating sound of it. Screen please, screen please, screen please. Technical gentlemen, please work with me. Screen please. We want to celebrate the different sponsors. My screen, my screen. All right. Excellent. So we want to celebrate all the sponsors who are here, who have made this particular event a success. So once again, just to appreciate all the sponsors, volume please as well. So once we are ready to start, we'll kick off. But I understand we have the general manager here at White Sands. I'd kindly request that you come forward so that you give us the details. Because in as much as we're here celebrating this moment, it's also very critical for us to note that we must be safe. We are still within a pandemic, and for those who have been following international news, we still need to take care. So I'd kindly request, please, all COVID-19 protocols must be upheld at all times. So please, I'd kindly request that we work together on that. But General Manager, makofi yake tafadhali anapokuja. Karibu sana, karibu sana. Let's go sound, let's go sound.
Good morning. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? I hope everybody had some breakfast, because that yes was a bit too subdued. Welcome to Sarova White Sands, and thank you for once again gracing us with your presence for this ISPAC AGM. It's always a pleasure to do this. We have had a long and fruitful relationship with ISPAC for many years. Mine today. And come through our security check. So the first thing is, at the security check, we will check your body temperature and ensure that you sanitize your hands. Throughout your movements within the hotel, you will find sanitizers all over the place. We request you to use the sanitizer as frequently as possible so that you can be able to assure your hands are sanitized all the time. We also will check your temperature, and please ensure that if your temperature goes beyond a certain level, you know the temperature readings, please ensure that you seek medical advice as fast as possible. It may be that the heat in Mombasa has gotten to you, or it might be that you're having something serious. Please seek medical advice as soon as possible. Moving forward, when you come into the tent, you've all been sat in different zones. When we are going for tea breaks and lunch, or for our refreshment breaks, we will request you to be going out within your color zones. The tea areas which are at the back of the tent are on the same color zones and the lunch area. This is to avoid us being congregating in one area. All those tea areas have adequate service points. All the lunch areas have adequate service points, and you will be able to get served within the time limit you require. So please be patient with us as we call out so that people can go out for these events carefully. Yeah? This event makes us be able to practice social distance while we are having our refreshments. We have adequate restroom facilities all around the compound, and we will request that as you use them, also sanitize, wash your hands, and ensure that anytime you're inside the compound, you have your mask on. You'll notice that we have gentlemen and ladies who are wearing vests which say COVID ambassadors. They will be having a mask, a spare mask for you if you need one. They will be able to point you to the nearest sanitization station, able to point you to the nearest hand wash station if you require. If you need medical assistance, approach them. They will be able to assist you to get medical assistance. Now, we have restricted entry into the hotel. Your lunch will be on my right. We have set the lunch areas there adequate enough, but we have restricted entry into the main hotel. This is because the hotel provides a lot of high-touch areas. And being the numbers we are trying to avoid having too many areas where we will touch, and we require to sanitize our hands. We may forget while we are doing this. Moving on, you will notice that for this conference, we have provided you water in our plastic bottles. This must be noted to be not very environmental friendly. Now, what we are doing is to ensure that we keep to the environmental standards, is that we will collect all the plastic water bottles and dispose of them to the company which has provided us with the water. This is our agreement with the company so that they can be able to recycle the bottles and recycle the plastic and reduce our footprint to the environment. Ensure that you drop the plastic bottles in areas where we can be able to collect them. If not, leave them inside the venue and we will collect them for you. We are in a state of alert. I think all of you have seen it in the news. There is a 20 million bounty on some few individuals who have escaped from the prisons in Nairobi, and the government has put a state of high alert in terms of these individuals. I will urge you that as you are staying within Mombasa, take care of yourself, avoid crowded areas. Once you leave the meeting, go to your place of rest and take residence there. I'm not restricting you from enjoying yourself. Mombasa in places for enjoyment are still open and you're invited there. But be careful, look at your surroundings and take care of yourself. We will be having security in the hotel. There's armed police. There's also plainclothes police within us who are ensuring that we are all safe. Yeah? Please cooperate with these individuals when you see them and when they request you to keep a certain protocol or uphold a certain protocol when it comes to security. It is for the safety of all of us that we do this. Yeah? We also have an ambulance out here and first aiders provided. If you feel that you need some medical attention, please come to the ambulance and they will take care of you. Your safety is of utmost importance to all of us as the hotel, and we ask you to cooperate with us to ensure that your safety is guaranteed. But as the government says, as the president has always said, our safety starts with me and you. So, as I always say in these meetings, please look at your neighbor and realize that you probably have just met today in this room. Please take care of your belongings. When you leave the room, carry your belongings with you and ensure that they are safe. If you end up missing something, we have a security department which will be able to trace it for you if it has been left in the hotel. We will keep it for you and we will require you to go through some steps to ensure that you prove your ownership of that item. But As I said from the beginning, safety and your security lies with you. Please ensure that you keep to the protocols and you always remember this. Having said that, karibu sana, enjoy your stay with us, enjoy the event with us. There's enough of everything, so let us be patient and we will serve you. Asanteni sana.
Thank you so much, Bwana GM. A big round of applause for him, please. Asante sana, we appreciate you. We have COVID ambassadors around. Restricted entry to the hotel, proper disposal of waste, security adherence is very critical. Ladies and gentlemen, today we continue on a journey. This journey started a long time. We have an unsung hero of the Renaissance. Ladies,
journey continues on. We are part of the many years from now, we the people of Kenya, acknowledging the supremacy of the Almighty God of creation, honoring those who provide these countries with freedom and justice in our land, proud of our ethnic, cultural, religious diversity, and determined to make peace, unity of one indivisible, sovereign nation. And on that note, I'd kindly request that we, in the next 10 seconds, be upstanding for the Kenya national anthem of the East African. Let us all rise, please. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Seats. Just to give us a sense of why we are here and really bring out the theme. You see, history will never forget. Screen, please. Screen, please. History will never forget. Screen, please. History will never forget what has been done so far. Men and women who stood out to be counted. You see, in the United States, they will not forget the work of Martin Luther King Jr. Standing out with his speech, "I have a dream," he was a change agent. He didn't see the change. Martha Teresa in Calcutta, she was a change agent. In Africa, Kwame Nkrumah.
This decade is the decade of African independence. Forward then to independence. To independence now.
In India, Mahatma Gandhi standing out as an agent of change. In a very volatile and uncertain world. We still remember him, assassinated. The tank man in Tiananmen Square in the 80s, standing in front of the tanks and said, "I will not allow you to kill protesters." He was a change agent for his resignation. You realize you and I are here because of men and women who said, "We want to rule our country."
We want to rule our country.
agents of change in a dynamic environment. My name is Johnson Mokazi. It's indeed a great delight to be moderator of this session. At this particular time, I'd kindly request that once again, let us be upstanding, just once again, please, please. Once again, let us be upstanding. Of course, we celebrate all the sponsors. Thank you so much for your work. Thank you for your contribution. Your support makes an immense difference to the success of this event. At that point, I'd kindly request that you get your phone. Get your phone ready, get your phone ready, get your phone ready. Get your phone ready. Well, I didn't decide where you're seated, but I hope you did. We want to make that moment very memorable. You're going to take a selfie with the person standing next to you. Oh yes, we want to make this particular seminar very memorable. So please make sure you take that selfie. Take that selfie, ladies and gentlemen. We celebrate you. We are saying asanteni sana for coming. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Take that selfie. And by the way, don't keep it in the storage of your phone. Send it. Send it out there. We have a simple hashtag. Hashtag 38 ISPAC Annual Seminar. Make sure you do that as we continue on. And by the way, you can also take a selfie of the whole room, at least from where you're standing. Wow, well done. Once you take the seat, the photo, you can kindly take your seat. But I need you eyes on the screen, please. Eyes on the screen. Eyes on the screen. This is a simple exercise. Simple exercise. I want engage in. Eyes on the screen. Eyes on the screen. I need you to go to your phone. Go to www.menti.com. Everybody, this is for everyone. So just go to your phone, whether you are here at White Sands or Flamingo or you're watching via Zoom, please make sure you go to www.menti.com. Once you're there, it will ask you for a code. The code is simply 559 555 87. I'll repeat that again. I'll repeat that again. I can see some of you had already gone very quickly to the next step, but just go to www.menti.com. The code is 559, then 555 87. I am so amazed. 35 people are already in. Please don't be left out. It's simply www.menti.com. The code is 559 555 87. My goodness, this is awesome. We have 160 people joining in. Please make sure you are part of that number, because this is a conversation we will be having and we don't want you to be left behind. Whether you are here at White Sands or Flamingo or joining us via Zoom, please make sure that we can connect. 240 people in. This is really good. Welcome to the 38th ISPAC annual seminar, and it's happening here in a big way. And we're saying the theme is positioning accountants as agents of change in a dynamic environment. The code is 559 555 87. Okay, now we move on. Wow, this is loaded. Let's move on to the next one. What are your expectations? Please indicate your name. Indicate your name. In case you are wondering how to connect via the Wi-Fi, it's simple. The password is ISPAC 2021, small letters, ISPAC 2021. So somebody says networking, CPD hours, and tackle real issues. Well done. Sharpening the edge to understand how accountants can become change agents and how to audit in a pandemic period. To engage, interact, and learn from my colleagues and panelists. Learn, have fun, of course. Very important. Bahari ya tungojea, msije mkawachwa nyuma kama koti. Nam, tuendelee moja kwa moja. To listen to motivation speeches, to understand and interpret the theme better. Well done. Please indicate your name. Indicate your name as you post the thoughts. Self-management at the time of disruption and uncertainty. Working globally to be a competent accountant. To understand the emerging trends in accountancy. Aha. To learn how to be a change agent in the accountancy profession amidst the ever-changing environment. We say asanteni sana for those thoughts. We celebrate you, and indeed it's going to be a powerful, loaded day. Asanteni sana. As we continue on, of course, we want to now move to that place where we can officially kick off in a way that will give us permission to engage even further. And at this particular time, I know we have lots of people here,
But if you're dressed in blue, please stand wherever you are. Especially for those who are here, if you're dressed in blue, please stand wherever you are. You're dressed in blue. You are the perfect person to know that. So, all right. Makofi yao, dressed in blue. And if I can get another microphone. All right, so dressed in blue. Oh, just go back to that. Go back to the previous video. I've seen somebody here, and okay. The lady in pure blue. Can we get a mic for her? Do you know this is a great opportunity because this is live and it's also it will be stored via YouTube, so many years from now you will get to hear yourself and see yourself. A big round of applause to the lady in blue. Right now we can only call her the lady in blue, but please talk to us. Tell us your name, the organization that you represent, and give us that key expectation you have for this particular seminar. Go ahead.
Good morning, everybody. I'm CPA Jane Binya Kidome from Kenyatta National Hospital. I'm here to be empowered in the accountant profession with more expectation. Enjoy.
Wow, wow, excellent. Makofi yake tafadhali. Thank you so much indeed. Excellent, excellent. Let's move in front. I can see a gentleman ahead there who also is dressed in at least dark blue. Okay, yes, him. Tell us your name, the organization that you represent, and of course, your key expectation. Go ahead.
Good morning, everyone. My name is CPA Evans Kiprotich. I work with the National Environment Trust Fund under the Ministry of Environment. My expectation is to understand the dynamics of the 21st century accountant. Thank you.
Excellent. Sound, please. Excellent. The dynamics of the 21st century. Excellent. Let's move on to the one ahead. There was a lady standing in front.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm CPA Dr. Elizabeth Kalunda. I'm a member of our council and I'm a faculty at USIU Africa. I'm here to learn, to network, and to be counted, especially in this time where there's a lot of disruption and uncertainty. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And quickly, let's find out in Flamingo, are there people in blue? You can help us with one person who can share their thoughts. Somebody in blue. Come on, Flamingo. Let's get somebody who's going to share their thoughts in terms of what is their key expectation as we start the seminar. Any person from Flamingo? Flamingo, here we come. Flamingo, here we come. Flamingo, here we come. Do we have somebody? We have someone. Okay, go ahead.
Help me to identify. Yes, I think we have somebody over there. The microphone.
Go ahead.
On the microphone. Please raise up.
Once you're ready, let us know so that we can hear you.
Good morning. My name is CPA Chuck Wanderi. I work with Machakos County government. And my expectation is I want to know how we'll excel in this uncertainty. We are facing uncertainty in future, and we would want to know how we are going to excel. Thank you.
Thank you very much, CPA Charles. Let me see if we have somebody else. I hope, Johnson, we have one more chance. Can I see any other person in blue?
More, go ahead, go ahead. One more person.
Yes, right at the back. Please
One more
pass on the
person,
mic
go ahead.
to the back.
And for those still standing, those who stood, a big round of applause. Makofiao, for those who stood wearing blue. Asanteni, thank you so much for your time. Go ahead, Flamingo.
Okay, kindly put up your hand so that I can get you with the mic. Yeah, over there on that side. All right. Yeah, let's start from my left before we go to the far end.
I'm CPA Tokoin Julius from Kajiado County Assembly. My expectations, I came here to learn and to know more about the emerging trends and emerging risks, if possible. Thank you.
Wow, thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Julius
We have
Asante
one more
Sana.
last. We have a lady right at the back. Gender balance.
Good afternoon. It's morning.
Good afternoon. Good morning.
My name is CPA Ryle Rotich. I work with the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. I'm here to network and my accounting profession to be sharpened more. Good afternoon.
Thank you very much, CPA Ryle. I guess, Johnson, we are done from this end. Over to you again.
Thank you so much indeed. Asante Sana. Big round of applause to those who are at Flamingo. Makofiao tafadhali. Thank you so much. Sound, please. Thank you so much. Right now, very quickly, we want to now kick off with our first speaker. Sound, please.
He is a passionate, high-performing leader with broad managerial experience in leading teams, strategy, finance, business development, innovation, and IT. A solid business executive with the ability to lead and motivate ordinary people to achieve excellence. He is the team leader of the 5th largest professional accountancy organization in Africa and leading in East Africa. Please welcome the Chief Executive Officer at the Institute of Certified Public Accountants of Kenya, ISPAC, CPA, Edwin Makori.
Makofi tafadhali. Karibu sana CPA Edwin Makori.
From the other side. Please confirm you can be able to hear me from the other side.
We can hear you clearly. Thank you so much indeed.
Thank you. We are expecting our chief guest, who is Honorable Justice Martha Koome, who is the Chief Justice and President of the Supreme Court of Kenya. We also have the Deputy Governor, Central Bank, FCPA, Sheila Bijiwe, the Chair of the Institute, FCPA George Bokua, the Vice Chair of the Institute, CPA Philip Kakai, the council members who are present with us. We have guests from our sister institutes. I don't know if they're there. If you are with us from Rwanda, Burundi, Uganda, and Tanzania, please rise wherever you are. Mokazi confirmed to me if any of our guests from Uganda, Burundi, Tanzania, and Rwanda. If they're there, please confirm on the other end. fellows of the Institute, past chairman and council members, ISPAC branch representatives, the ISPAC enthusiasts, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Before I begin, I'll want to invite either the branch chair or the branch vice chair for the Coast branch to be able to give our welcome remarks and also welcome us to the coastal city of Mombasa. The chair or the vice chair of Coast branch.
Can you hear me? Thank you. Thank you, CEO. I'm available. To our chief guest, the Chief Justice in the Republic of Kenya, to the Chair, ISPAC, FCPA, George Mokua, the Vice Chair, FCPA, Kakai, the Council members, the ISPAC CEO, FCPA's present, distinguished guests, fellow accountants, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. I take this opportunity to thank each one of you for coming for this special event, being the 38th ISPAC Annual Seminar. And we're really appreciative to the ISPAC Institute for once again choosing to come to the Coast region. My name is CPA Florence Biria. I'm the chair, the branch chair for the Coast Branch ISPAC. And I'm glad to be present today here with the vice chair, CPA Dalton. I'll ask him to be upstanding just to wave at us. Thank you. And I'll call upon any member of the executive committee of the branch who is present today, either here in White Sands or in Flamingo, or joining online, to just put up your hand so that we may recognize you and appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you so much. This is the team that I work with at the branch level. And I want to welcome all delegates who are joining this seminar today and continuing until Friday. Those of us joining here at White Sands, those of us joining in Flamingo, and those of us who are joining online, you are much welcome at the Coast region. You are much welcome by the ISPAC Coast Branch Executive Committee led by myself. And I believe that as we gather here for the next 4 days, that we'll be able to achieve the many, many expectations and objectives that we have listed, and that among other things that we have listed, then you'll be able to sample the hospitality of the Coast region. I note that as accountants, we have a very significant role in this economy in many ways of economic and life disruptions and uncertainty. So we are very critical as accountants, and we must see ourselves as that, so that as we sit here and we learn the many thematic topics that have been outlined for us, that it will not be another event that we come and go back, but even as we sit here, then we'll be able to pick something. Because change starts with me, change starts with you, change starts with us. As a people, as a profession, change starts with us. And now that we are being empowered, let's carry out the empowerment that is being given to us for the time that we are staying here. That will be able to impact our nation, even by impacting the work that we do in our specific organizations and roles. I want to just ask for 1 minute, Bwana CEO. I know this was not my time, it was welcoming remarks by the CEO, to say that other than being the branch chair of the Coast Branch in ISPAC, I also wear a national hat. I am also the Assistant Registrar of Political Parties. And as I looked at the topic today that we are looking at, about disruption and also uncertainty, and positioning ourselves as change agents, as accountants. I wish to say that in the political regulation, we have actually disrupted the status quo that has been there in political party membership. That now we have uploaded our services as ORPP, the Office of the Register of Political Parties. We've put our services of membership on the eCitizen platform, such that from the comfort of even this room, as you take your tea, you can check your political party membership. You'll be able to see which party you belong to. Whether you registered there knowingly, whether you can remember or not, you can check. And once you get to know the status of your political party membership, then you may be able to make a decision whether you want to stay in that political party or you want to resign. And once you resign, if you're not comfortable in that party where you are enlisted, then you can also make a decision as to which party you want to belong to. All the 83 existing political parties have been enlisted there. If you don't know them, you have an opportunity when you go to eCitizen, you will see all the 83 registered political parties. You will be able to pick the party of your choice and register yourself so that you may be able to belong to a party, you may be able to participate in the political democracy of this nation. We are change agents, not only in making accounting statements, not only in doing bank reconciliation, but we must be change agents, even in terms of deciding the kind of leadership we want to see in this country. The change starts with us. Choose which political party you want to belong to. Belonging to a political party is not a crime, because that way you're able to choose the candidates of your choice who will make policies, rules, and laws of this country, including changing the constitution, because there is the parliamentary route, which only politicians can do, and politicians are elected by you and I through the political parties. So please, once we are done, you're taking a break, go to the eCitizen platform, please check for ORPP services, check your political party membership status, make a choice of deciding which party you want to belong to. I say your political party is your choice. And without further ado, thank you so much. Welcome to Mombasa. Enjoy the seminar, and God bless you.
Thank you, CPA Florence Biria, for those opening remarks. Mine is first just to be able to thank the Almighty for making it possible for all of us to be here and see this day. And I'll kindly request that you look at your neighbor. Look at your neighbor. I know we are in the midst of the pandemic with our masks on, but you can innovatively smile to your neighbor. Thank you very much. I wish to extend my warm welcome to our chief guests and all the guests and delegates. And for those who are coming from far, I implore you feel at home at the city of Mombasa. The COVID-19 pandemic has compelled us to change. Seemingly overnight, virtually every aspect of our lives and livelihood have changed. The pandemic has also created an unprecedented set of social, economic, and financial market challenges that we must now navigate. The operational environment for today's institutions or companies has never been more challenging. Institutions or companies will now be grappling with both regulatory compliance requirements, market volatility, economic downturn, and industry consolidation as they face the pressure to be able to drive revenues and increase efficiency. Institutions or companies constantly look for better ways to manage and monitor compliance and control processes across the enterprise, eliminating any deviations and errors, as well as any redundant activities. I'm greatly honored to welcome you to the 38th annual seminar, which incidentally comes in the wake of a pandemic at a time like never before. Allow me, therefore, to take this opportunity to thank you sincerely for your tremendous support and commitment to the Institute over the years. The Institute is keen to ensuring that you have enriching experience during the entire period of this seminar. This will be achieved through the quality of topics that will be delivered by our distinguished facilitators to meet the diverse needs of the participants as you address the theme, disruption and uncertainty, positioning accountants as change agents in a dynamic environment. Allow me to thank the convener of member services, CPA Anne Wangeshi, the secretariat, the speakers, and sponsors for putting together this huge event, including the Council of the Institute for making it possible that we are holding our 38th annual seminar. To the delegates, thank you for joining us, and we trust our seminar will live to your expectations. With those few remarks, I now welcome the chair of the Institute, SCPA George Makua, to also deliver his welcome remarks. Thank you very much.
With over 20 years' work experience as a practitioner, he has gained invaluable experience cutting across private and public sector audits, investigations, special audits, accounting and taxation, all as the team leader or project manager. With over 20 years' work experience as a practitioner, he has gained invaluable experience.
Thank you so much.
With over 20 years'
CEO,
work experience as a
CPA
practitioner, he has gained invaluable experience cutting across private.
Our chief guests, the Vice Chair of ISPAC Council, CPA Philip Kakai, Council colleagues, the CEOs, FCPS, CPS, our ISPAC management team, distinguished participants, our invited speakers. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Good morning once again. Our CEO requested you to look at your neighbor and give them an innovative smile. But me, I will request you to look at your neighbor and give him or her a digital smile. Naona mumeanguka nyote. Chipigieni makofi for trying. I must say I'm very pleased to host you at this 38th annual seminar happening here at Sarova White Sands and also at Pride Inn in Flamingo Beach Resort and also virtually via Zoom. I'm deeply honored to be your host together with my council members and the management team led by our CEO, CPA Edwin Makori, who jointly have worked tirelessly to ensure that all is well and that the conference goes on smoothly. We are hosting about 1,300 delegates here at Sarova, and we have the same number of 1,000 delegates at Flamingo, and about 600 or so joining us virtually, thanks to technology. This is indeed remarkable, and we thank you all for your continued support to our CPD events, and of course, this flagship conference, the annual seminar. Nataka mchipigie makofi. And also, I want us to appreciate our Member Services Committee, together with the entire management team, for seeing that this conference goes on smoothly. It takes a lot to organize such a conference, especially having two venues at the same time. Let's appreciate our management team led by the CEO. Ladies and gentlemen, before I make my detailed speech, allow me to recognize the presence of my council colleagues with whom we serve with, and I will request them to be up and standing as I introduce them. From my far right, at the other side, at the end, extreme end, I'm joined by CPA John Awara. John Awara represents the National Treasury, and we call him the government in our ISPAC Council. Let's give him a big hand. And thank you so much, CPA John Awara, and he convenes Audit, Risk and Compliance Committee. Thank you so much. You may take your seat. Next to CPA John Awara is CPA Dr. Elizabeth Kalunda. Give a big hand, Dr. Elizabeth. She convenes a Research and Development Committee, and she's very passionate about research. And she invites you to the second research conference, which we are going to have in the next few days. We appreciate it. Thank you so much. Let's give a big hand, Dr. Kalunda. Next, Dr. Kalunda is CPA Wilson Nyale Yanga. Wilson Nyale Yanga represents the Capital Markets Authority. Thank you so much. Let's give him a big hand. CPA Wilson Nyale Yanga co-convenes Finance and Strategy Committee of ISPAC. Next to CPA Nyale is CPA Rispa Ulik. CPA Rispa Ulik convenes Finance and Strategy. Let's give her a big hand. Thank you so much, CPA Rispa. You may take your seat. Next to CPA Rispa is FCPA Esbon Omolo. FCPA Esbon Omolo convenes Practitioners Development Committee. We appreciate. Let's give him a big hand and thank you for the good work. Let me skip the lady next to Dr. Leting. Let me introduce FCPA Dr. Nicholas Leting. He always reminds me that I must say FCPA Doctor. Let's give him a big hand, Dr. Leting. He co-convenes Professional Standards Committee of ISPAC. Thank you for the good work. This lady, CPA Anne Wangeshi, she's our host. This event falls under Member Services. I want to thank you, CPA Anne Wangeshi, for the good work together with your members of the Member Service Committee and the team, the staff, and everyone. Thank you so much for the good work. Let's appreciate her. Not with us is FCPA Georgina Malombe, who will be joining us later in the course of our 3 or so days. She co-convenes Practitioners Development Committee together with FCPA Esbon. Lastly but not least is my vice chair, who is none other than CPA Philip Kakai. CPA Philip Kakai convenes Public Policy and Governance Committee, and he is my deputy. And I want to confirm that he takes instructions as given by me. Let's give him a big hand, CPA Philip Kakai. Thank you so much. You know, he works for the government, and the government is to take instructions. But us in private sector, we command, and it must be done, isn't it? Thank you so much. That's the team that you have given me, and I want to appreciate also the CEO, who is the secretary to the council. Once again, let's appreciate our CEO for the good work that they have done together with the management team. We appreciate. You know, this year we have had 2 conferences, the 37th, and now we are having the 38th annual seminar. It takes a lot of planning. Ladies and gentlemen, this annual seminar, which is one of the largest gatherings of CPAs in the region, has over the years earned the reputation as an important platform where we discuss pertinent issues, emerging issues, not only affecting us as a country, but also global trends in the field of accountancy. It's also a forum where we discuss matters affecting our profession, share knowledge, and have insights into general issues affecting our economy. The world is changing. We are witnessing dramatic changes in the environment, in technology, in the economy, and in society. Business as usual is no longer acceptable. And the question is how long the world can continue pursuing consumption and growth predicated on ever-increasing efficiency. The COVID-19 pandemic has amplified concerns about the highly interconnected and vulnerable state of the global economy. The relationship with nature and the prospects of each living being on this planet, including people, to thrive and to survive. It therefore behoves that we develop resilient economies. But for businesses stuck in conventional economic thinking and locked into linear fossil-based practices, this transformative change towards a positive relationship with a volatile business environment poses potential challenges. As I reflect on a uniquely changing year, one thing is very clear. We have all been impacted by COVID-19. There is now room for more proactive professional accountants in the decision-making world than ever before. However, such progress will only be possible when we embrace our responsibility to be ambitious and forward-looking. In this sense, it's up to us to seek these positions. Now is not the time to resign ourselves to acting as traditional number-crunching accountants, but to understand our responsibility as agents of change and step into new opportunities that will make a difference. The world is undergoing profound changes and challenges. We therefore must increasingly participate in more diverse conversations and with other professionals to advance these changes and seize opportunities before us. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to say something on ECG, which most of you know, the Environment, Social, and Governance Reporting, matters climate change, and more particularly, the COP26 conference and how the talks impact us as professionals. For the last few days, we have listened to world leaders and the proponents of climate change voice their concerns on the lack of traction on measures diffusing global warming and putting specific actions in place towards net zero carbon emissions and keeping global warming from going beyond 1.5 degrees Celsius. The clamor to set sustainability reporting standards has gained momentum than before following the conclusion of the COP26 conference in Glasgow. The discussions around sustainability reporting are on top gear. But what is this all about sustainability reporting, if I can ask? Some say it is the risk that business operations pose to the society and then environment reporting, including profitability. Others simply call it moral money reporting. But one thing is very clear from the COP26 conference. There is an urgent need for us to be part of the action in mitigating and reducing the global impact of climate change as we align ourselves to the net zero carbon emissions by the year 2050. Sustainability reporting will be at the core of driving this process, and it's critical to note that the formal announcement on the formation of the International Sustainability Reporting Standards Board was made during the COP26 session in Glasgow, Ireland. The new board will operate alongside the ISB under the oversight of the IFRS Foundation to align corporate reporting which meets the needs and business demands of the 21st century. There is an overarching need for convergence in financial and non-financial reporting, and consistency in corporate reporting would be a great step in producing quality and relevant corporate reports for use by investors and different stakeholders. I call upon you to embrace the new dispensation of corporate reporting and take advantage of the emerging technological and digital trends to remain ahead of the corporate reporting game. Developments around the digital reporting initiatives, automation, and use of AI and blockchain technology will be critical developments to watch as we navigate the rapidly changing business reporting environment. Ladies and gentlemen, we must stay alive to the upcoming new standard of insurance contracts, that's IFRS 17, and remain prepared to deal with the complexities, technological shift, and the data requirements which will inform the successful implementation of the new standard. The shift to IPSAS, accrual accounting, also remains a key priority in the public sector. This will help drive our country to embrace high-quality public sector financial reporting that is based on the much-needed convergence in existing financial reporting frameworks, which will enable comparability and enhance efficiency in public finance management. Ladies and gentlemen, my speech will not be complete if I don't touch on public financial management. As we are all aware, Section 27 of the PFM Act 2012 prescribes that the National Treasury shall arrange to be published pre- and post-election economic and fiscal updates not later than 4 months before and after the polling day of an election year, respectively. In a bid to comply with this, the National Treasury published a revised calendar that will allow the presentation of the budget for the financial year 2022-2023 by April 2022 to accommodate the general elections scheduled for August 2022. I want to urge members to share your comments on the draft BBS to the Secretariat for compilation for us to contribute effectively in the process within the timelines that have been set. The Institute has been actively championing for the enactment of an overarching tax policy, and I'm glad to note that significant progress has been made to develop one, and we appreciate these efforts by the National Treasury. We have really been hatching for this policy to be enacted so that we have predictability of the tax regimes, especially for investors. There is need for wider consultation with stakeholders in cases of tax policy and revenue-raising measures to cap against protracted litigation on such proposals that hinders the attainment of the revenue targets. This has been witnessed, and for those of you who are tax practitioners, in the recent cases, such as the minimum tax dispute, which is still going on in court, the VAT on petroleum, which is also a very contentious inflationary adjustment on excise duty, among others. Ladies and gentlemen, regarding economic growth during the election period, the National Treasury projected that the economy is expected to grow at 6.0% over the medium term, with a rebound from 0.6 in 2020. However, history has demonstrated that during and post-election, the economy is affected and is likely to perform dismally. For instance, according to the Kenya National Bureau of Statistics records, the GDP growth in 2001 was 3.8%. It dipped to 0.2% in 2002 and peaked again to 2.9% in 2003. A similar trend was observed in 2007, 2008, 2009 at 6.7%, 1.5%, and 2.7% respectively. In 2017, the economy grew by 5.9%, but dipped to 4.8% in 2018. This observation is consistent and corroborates the dismal projection of GDP growth for the coming election year. To this effect, the Institute recommends the need to address the root causes of the economic dip during elections by floating various proposals, which include the following: early preparedness for the election, which grants public confidence in the electoral process, hence reduced anxiety and uncertainty in the country. The National Treasury and Parliament should consider allocating sufficient funding to enable IEBC adequately prepare for next year's general elections. Collected efforts should be harnessed to ensure key electoral activities like civic education, registration of voters, vetting, clearance and nomination of candidates and observers, polling and counting and results management. Number two, engagement with the private sector by the political leadership to give assurance of a peaceful transition to ensure investors do not hold back their investments during the period. Number three, in the run-up to elections, the Institute urges decorum and civility in campaigns to reduce voter polarization and any tensions arising from heated campaigns and insightful utterances. 4, the relevant institutions, including IBC, National Cohesion and Integration Commission, the media, security apparatus, and the public at large, should remain vigilant during this period up to and the conclusion of the next elections. And lastly, number 5, to increase the public confidence in the political systems, it is imperative that rules governing the financing of political parties and election campaigns be adopted. The specific principles contained in the election financing laws include reasonable balance between public and private funding, fair criteria for the distribution of state resources to parties, strict rules governing private donations, transparency and accountability in the administration of accounts, and a threshold on the expenditure linked to election campaigns. Therefore, IEBC, in collaboration with the Institute and other stakeholders like Election Observers Group and other election observers, should consider setting up teams to monitor campaign financing during the coming 2022 general elections with a view to influencing policy and legislative agenda around implementation of the Campaign Finance Act 2013 post the general elections. Finally, ladies and gentlemen, the government should continue the post-COVID recovery trajectory without losing focus to attain the desired growth rates. This is the only way in which the country can promote sustainable development and realize Vision 2030, and of course, improve the livelihoods of Kenyans. I want to believe that the discussions over the next 4 days of our seminar will address some of these critical areas and help to derive the necessary insights which will help us to move forward and grow professionally. In conclusion, ladies and gentlemen, allow me therefore to thank all the resource persons that we have lined up And we want to appreciate all of them. Some of them have already arrived, for accepting our invitation to speak at such an important conference, and appreciate them for dedicating time out of their busy schedules to share their knowledge and experience with us. I wish you all an interactive and educative conference for the next 4 days. It's now my singular honor to declare today's sessions officially opened. Our chief guest will be joining us tomorrow for the keynote speech. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. We now declare this conference opened for today. As I said, we will have our chief guest to give us the keynote speech tomorrow. Thank you so much for listening to me. We appreciate and enjoy the next 4 days. Asante sana. Thank you so much. And clap for yourself for the support that you're giving. Thank you so much. Over to you, Steve.
Has requested to join us tomorrow morning, and therefore the program tomorrow will start slightly earlier, just for tomorrow. We'll start at 8 a.m. in the morning. The speakers that were to start at 9 will start at 8, and the chief guests will be with us from 9 a.m. All the way to 10:30. So just note that tomorrow we start at 8 a.m. We'll start with our first sessions, and the chief guests should be with us by 9 a.m. in the morning. At this point, I'll want to be able to pass this to Wakazi and also the team on the other side to do the housekeeping remarks. Thank you.
Membership status via e-citizen. It's a challenge that we are leadership business as usual is no longer Right now, we want to take a quick break and I'd call upon Delegate to come and give us the details.
Thank you so much, Mwakazi. Makofi kwake pia. They always forget to thank themselves. Thank you so much. You realize, members, we are quite a number of us.
Agency has got the mandate of implementing the new power program, nuclear power program in Kenya. It also has the mandate of building the capacity within the energy and petroleum sectors. And then it also has the mandate for carrying out